Sound is working. Okay.
Matt is gonna come next.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Con cái này như là đó thì như vậy. Tại bây giờ nên đến cái còn lớn thì mà cho chứ. Cái như cho sản xuất cho về nó chỉ để quan trọng đến điều. Cho nên về một cái gì nó do đó là gì đó quan trọng là nó mà không được. Đó cái chỗ ở bên này thì cho nên quan trọng sẽ bị quan trọng gì đó. 우선 또 영어로 서 Good morning, everyone. I had 30 minutes practice my English with you. Then after 30 minutes, and then Matt coming, and I tell you more detail, okay? If you don't understand my English, then don't worry. Later, Matt coming, and you asking me question, okay? A few years ago, I did this English try to class and Sunday class. I did some preparation. And few, I think since Matt come here, and I become lazy. No much English. I'm English sleeping. And sometimes, sometimes like that English practice, sometimes they're very interesting, go up, and then go down. Go up, go down. But I try slowly, a little bit of learning. Exactly same, meditation, exactly same. Sometimes very good, sometimes not good. Sometimes very good, sometimes not good. Also relationships, exactly same, Sometimes very good, sometimes not good. Sometimes, or I think situations exactly same, not much different. And also body health sometimes very good, sometimes not good. It's amazing, looking some like that, and then last few weeks we did and talk about genuine loving kindness, and it was very easy understood, just genuine loving kindness, easy. I no need to explain, but practice not easy. Practice not easy because our daily life, especially now modern society, 21st century, and so many challenges there are there, in the world. And also, nowadays, people are a little bit more become isolated, no much connection. And this reason, a little bit hard to practice genuine loving kindness. Dealing with the lost technology, If you give technology lost kindness, then they're coming back. And you used to, oh, we may be like that, but we may be not like that. Not like that. And therefore, we need more, what's it, basic, basic things. Sometimes we both forgot, and then especially with our topic last few weeks, gender loving kindness, how to developing your kind heart, There are some structure in that. We did some point and economic practice, how to recognize kindness and Buddhism self or sentient beings being a mother, And then how to kindness repeat, repeat. This I think structures very good, structures very basic, and we use our daily life very useful. First, forgot your surround people, loving kindness, forgot. First forgot. First thinking we are same, No, first don't try to loving kindness. First try to we are same human being, I think that is very important. I think this practice takes time. Immediately we making division, and sometimes thinking, oh, we are same family, we are same family, we are same company, but deeply I'm better than them. already, we say, oh, we are family, we are okay, we can do everything together, we are okay, But say something, you back your mind, I'm the best. already make division, inside. And then problem already start. This is just my experience, All the time I watching my mom, and then try to thinking, just and then background their mind so tricky, I'm the boss. I'm more important, most people not thinking I'm boss, but some people thinking I'm boss, And try to be humble. Not easy, isn't it? All the time I'm top. Coming immediately jumped, and then also then something, I don't like this. I like this, These decisions come strongly inside. Then loving kindness far away. Loving kindness far away. Economic, we still live here. Economic, even man. And I think sometimes very good. I think we're using in Western country. There's using empathy. Empathy, sympathy. I think empathy is very important. Or there are some suffering, or they want some happiness, or some need some feeling, isn't it? And then you recognize, oh yeah, I think, um, all the time, sometimes situation and try to better relationship, better harmony, family, company, especially company work, I have lots of friends, lot of friends. The laws complaint their workplace, they're not really nice. I think very hard to heard good news for my ear. Lots bad news coming here. I used to now. And then, lots the challenge in the job. I think they lost their colleagues or their companies, or families, similar with similar every organizer, or I think lack of each other loving kindness, and the lack of less the what's called empathies. I think my experience best try to I often thinking, often talking. I think some people thinking, oh, he is talking all the time, same. Because we are same level. This I need talk same. uh, I think the methods, also being my mother. I think this Buddhism, Maya, practitioner, they're using this reason because those people believe reincarnation, past life, and it's easy to be, it's easy to thinking or say, all sentient beings being my mother. But in the modern side, no only Western country or modern society, lots of people they don't believe reincarnations, past lives, future lives, and very hard to do this topic practice the daily life. I think best thing is how recognize our surrounding people, how benefit in my life. I think that is very very good for we can use. We no need thinking past life, future life, no matter what it is. And thinking how benefit those surround people, how benefit me. And then they need to contemplate this kind of meditation, analyze meditation. I often talking, still some people say, this making me lost problem. I can't deal with this. I want to give up, And I told, the huge benefit for you. And no benefit, they're harming me, they're making upset me. Of course they benefit you. You need thinking. No, Geshe-la, no. They never, I don't have this benefit. Of course you have benefit because you don't have loneliness. They're all the time challenge, isn't it? That all the time you're dealing with this very hard relationship, and then you don't have chance, loneliness feeling, Huge benefit. Lots of people have loneliness feeling. And you are lucky, these people making you upset, I'm making angry, and making challenge. And that's good. You are lost dealing with this, and you are busy to dealing with this. You don't have chance, loneliness feeling. Huge benefit, isn't it? And also, I said, and you never bored. uh, Sometimes I a little bit bored in my house. I a little bit so quiet. I need sometimes be challenged. And a little bit challenge, and I need be strong meditation. Otherwise, my meditation go a little bit sleepy. And if they have more challenge, and my mind becomes stronger. That's the reason you are lucky. You have some good teacher there. Yeah, huge benefit, isn't it? Huge benefit. Practically, benefit, isn't it? I'm thinking like this, and also just simple things. Sometimes we ignore in the road. Now I'm driving, and then a lot of people say, and the New Zealand road workers, they say terrible. We are very slow, all the time the traffic. I all the time see those, but I appreciate, those people working so hard and we driving smoothly. And then they stop. We are still a little bit relaxed. Window go down a little bit, cushy air, a little bit relaxed. And also, you thinking those people, in the sun, in the rain, in the wind, they're outside working very hard. And I think I can't do the 1 or 2 or 3 hours, can't stand up, too boring. Trying to go and stop and just 2 jobs. I know I appreciate those people. I benefit these people kind of, isn't it? And then you feel, oh, those people so kind. Then you have some your mind easy to become connection those people. And then I think this is very important. We just simple things we need to recognize how benefit our daily life. especially our surround people. You know, most our sufferings directly come surround people. Most our joyful or happies comes from past directly surround people, isn't it? Not much connection outside. You know, most connection this area your relatives, and therefore better to thinking how benefit this person, this community, how benefit in my life, you know, daily life. And then here you have sometimes you got some feeling, you know, it is not easy to recognize. Takes very long. You know, these people, you need thinking lots of different reasons, you know. This reason I'm thinking lots of strange reason, you know. Sometimes they're never boring, sometimes they challenge making, you know, a little bit, you know, for me benefited no loneliness feeling, and also developing. Some people have, for example, I heard a lot of bad news. Those just people talking. Immediately I do some compassion. I do some prayer for them. That's a good opportunity for me. Two things, you know, I developing my compassion. I do some prayer to speak these people, you know. I'm making some medicine. This benefit, I heard this suffering. And then benefit in practice, you know. This is come from those people. And then you never, what's that? You never upset your mind because you heard bad things, you need transforming, you know. You heard good things, you need rejoicing. You know, that is, I think, very practical our using this daily life. And then you feel, you know, especially, I think better to one by one, first we did a few weeks ago, we did the meditation, checking and, your mind, some surround people. I like these people, I want more connection. I don't like this person, I don't want to see, I don't want to talk. I think most people have this feeling, you know. We are already naturally have feeling because our mind not enough practice economic practice and great compassions. We don't have this level, and then we, of course, we have division in mind. You know, I like this person, I don't like this person. Already making division. This is we all most people have this nature, and then pick up one person. You know, especially your daily very hard relationship, someone there you all the time making your challenge, or you don't want to see, or you don't want to talk, or you don't want to thinking this person, you know. And then you thinking, I mentioned before, past try to economic practice. We are same human being, you know, physically same, mentally same. And then this person how benefit in my life, you know. This you thinking reason, different reason. I think not easy to set your mind, these people benefit, receive, because your mind already reject, you know. I don't want to see, I don't want to talk. Some already you already push your mind push out. Therefore, need to bring back, not easy, especially especially some people have, you know, young childhood, they have trauma, you have some hurt some your feelings strongly, and alternate thinking feelings that this people person immediately thinking your mind become upset, you know. And then that this time you can thinking this how benefit this person in my life, you know. And you found some reason, and your mind, oh, this is the person you benefiting, you know. I think something they're making you a challenge, then you can learn your mind, your lives become more stronger, you know. Something reason thinking your different reason. If you recognize this some benefit reason, and your mind receive this message, and then your mind you might love this person because you might love this, you might receive this benefit in your life, and then you like this person because, for example, on the other hand, we love someone, well, thinking reason, I love this person. I want to talk with this person. I want to see this person. Where I think immediately reason come this benefit in my life, Immediately come this reason. This reason we put other person, our benefit. I think some people are very good working this reason. Some people no working this reason, And then I usually try. I think we did last year this meditation, and then every day I said, pick up this person being in the front, and you can say, person is made in genuine loving kindness object. This person made genuine loving kindness object 3 times, talk, and they sleep, no thinking. Just one day, 3 times talk, just sleep. After 1 week, and your mind a little bit change. I think this try yourself, It's very, I use this for me benefit, for me use. And then, Lama Zonga already say, first try to one person, and then second, and then third, and then, first try to one by one. Usually we think person, I want to make all singing means too big. But daily routine, direct people, all the 10 challenge. We think, oh, singing be happy, your mind is big, but realize challenges here, no? Therefore, I think Lama Tsongkhapa, it was very powerful. He said one person pass to one person. And you dealing this one person, you don't like some person, you don't want to see some this person. And then you have some the loving kindness coming this person. Then your practice loving kindness, pure loving kindness, your genuine loving kindness. This one is pure, Then one by one, and then your mind doesn't have border, but inside, but outside, stay there, and then slowly developing, and then less hesitate to people talk, and less contact with the people. I think for me, I think this I do this may practice, and because when I was young, I very hard to talk with people. I very shy, and I thought a little bit afraid, or if you say something, they're upset, I very hard to start topic, and already start topic, I very hard to stop topic. Two problems, Beginning, very hard to start topic conversation. Already started talk conversation, very hard to end the stop. How can I stop? And because I'm stuck there, and also very hard to conversation start and a little bit doubt, or you might hesitate to talk with people, make connection. I think it seems now easy to jump to people, but my mind jump easy to, and what people said, what can come, I don't care. That is I think good learning. We thinking I love this person, therefore I need to love this person, me, expectation, and then they all said nothing coming, and you practice love, you making upset, I told to love this person, they never love me, something mad, some expectation, I think lost expectation. I learned lost this lost problems come from expectation. Also, some people have very high expectation, quickly expectation. Those people quickly become despondent. Who's made? Our made, because our expectation. Nothing beyond outside, you know. There's a kind of a mind training and practice, you know. Just experience your experience. What kind of thought, what kind of you know, emotion, and what kind of practice in which then your mind become happy or unhappy. It's good to experience, you analyze yourself, and then learning your experience, learning loss, and then you never bored. This reason, lots of people said, do you have loneliness? Because I lead the most me mess up, and especially nowadays, you know, those the social media. I'm joking. I don't have Facebook. I don't have Instagram. I don't have TikTok. No, I don't have nothing. I'm TikTok man. TikTok man. Yeah. Lots of people spend with those things, you know. Some people think asking, do you have Facebook? I want to make some connection Facebook. Yes, this is my Facebook. My Facebook, yeah. No info. Yeah. And then last week we talked in this how to develop in genuine loving kindness, and then this time this week we can try to one by one person how benefit in my life this person, and it lots of thinking different reason, you know, different. Okay, I'm stay waiting, okay. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me?
He's in Nepal now. Yeah, he's in Nepal. And morning 3 o'clock, we're hard to so continue, Matt, get up early. You know,
you're welcome.
You know,
Thank you so much, Matt.
No, I'm talking, Matt, how recognize benefit in person in your life. You know, this reason now you are benefit our group because you get up very early to 3 o'clock. It's immediately benefit for us, isn't it?
No problem.
Oh yeah, Matt, so what did it?
So with that,
We talk about love. Life and love.
A question we can leave later. I can leave you some question session. First we to meditation to explain, and then later we can do question answer. You have more question preparation in your mind. Okay. And then Moon can give this later. Okay. Matt, dandang anzo kissing anzo yuwan chamba shera. Yuwan chamba de ne da mejana la techumbu shiwres tangbo. Da yuwan chamba maji kong dangan la susu jianyun la yuwe mituzo ne. Susu mejana la kazo pendo chimbo yume de da dagwa techumbu res rwa.
we were talking last week about the importance of loving kindness, affectionate regard to sentient beings in context of this life, how important it is. But before one can generate that properly, one has to think in terms of the beings around you, how they have helped you, how they've benefited you in this life. That's important.
And 당주 곰스자고라다 곰스잡 때에 딩을 깨지 됐어요. 아니 곰데스잡 아니 양자 jellyfish and in the total
So now we'll go through the meditation because I've already done some input. I've given some advice, and after that meditation I'll give some more input, and then we can do question answer. How's that?
다 곰디 쇼베니 건다 또 쇼베 따탄당 하나도 쇼베 선생님들 곰지는 야고 여러 시름기 곰 베직들아 꿀은
Yeah.
곰자들 네 드링내 제당에 류마기 자와 칸체바디 아니 랑기 타고디 유베다 지 토고토모 아니 김제레 레갈레로레 낭미레 도절아야 아니 베 펜도여와지 야고지 레와 메베 토네와 레와 메베 레와 메베 토네 펜도 바식 지도지 지기 삼제 어디 군노야고 제쇼스로
Correcting our intention that, with our bodies and our speech, those beings around us, our friends, neighbors, family, that we will solely benefit them. Solely benefit them means that we do it just with a thought of helping them with no thought of getting something back. So no agenda.
다디가 또 믹좀내야고래로
So when we first do the intention, gently closing the eyes,
어야다 가와 곰로 되는 거는 대심 진변기 심 대시 유지 총한데 네 고가비하고 가오 대시 심 대시 뉴가다 덴바지 유 삼제네 가와 곰고레스로
rejoice that today one has that thought of concern for others' welfare. So that's a good opportunity to generate such a mind. It is potent. So rejoice in that.
어야다 게직 주동부대 아니 미좀 아니 옥중옥이 롱존치드니 옥 우린츠다 아당 수시와제 지단다디 옥도조 지 카단나고 칸네 다는 리뷰어들레 되게 나고네 다나 아니 지 가서 그래 질랑은도 곰니바디 잡디 딜라 펜도여레스와
Mm-hmm.
지난다 지 롱존 집에 가둘라 아니 옥추다 파다데 칸네 다나데 그래 나네 다나데 그래 이나야 나고네 다야디 아니 가서 제일 단단가서 곰디 룽종디 룩종을 덴베 곰디 타가자 제그로 딜라에 펜도 요바다 아니야 고 나구나네 우파주 당게 요바디 시야라 텐시제라 나구네네 다야디 펜도 차요레 나구나네 주당 주당의 시베체 우수텐디 나구로 초발이기도
Mm-hmm.
올리기도 나고는 레 근데 야제 고지라도 수분을 찾아 말도네 수분 찾아내 혈류로 차로 수수 우크라 우담 다가는 왜 수분 혈류 차고 당아서 망고치 단도 수분만 되어 이제 먼저 우담대로 아직 텐션 망고치 옥수 담대로 네 디파 르제마 지금 수분도 혈류시 선바도 가지 고양 뭐 차서 텐제
Yeah, so make sure your posture is upright and keeping the eyes gently closed. But first, we're going to just simply recognize the long breaths, so long inhalations and exhalations. And normally we would breathe through the mouth and nose, but here we focus on the nostrils because when it comes to the second meditation method of counting the breath, then we focus on the nostrils. The reason that we focus on the nostrils is for two reasons. One is simply breath recognition. And secondly, it strengthens your mental recollection or mindfulness. So when you breathe in on the inhalations, you are aware of the breath, so that is sensation, and that the breath pervades the entire body, under which case the body becomes relaxed. Normally what happens is because we don't do full breaths, we have tension. But due to the long inhalations, exhalations, our body feels light and relaxed.
네, 당대 왜 수구 찾아나로 주 우린 따라 강배 티서 마심도 강배 티네요 수구 욱 찾아 봤다 근데 수구 정배 양승시로 차서 된거래로 아까
When you breathe, you can imagine the breath pervading all of the body from the crown of the head to the soles of the feet. And when you breathe out, then the body has like a lightness to it.
Hoya dadi ne uk des 통화시 단계로 des 통화시 단 네 너구니 네 단계와 네 수근나라 전에 우파 단계와 단계 파단 des uk 통화시 단네 이시바 시디 스테이션 왔어.
Okay, so now making the breaths more quick or more shallow, breathing in, breathing out, simply recognizing that. Breathing in, breathing out, simple recognition of shorter breaths.
ho야다 저 욱중 장가자야 되긴다로.
Mhm.
욱수 당파 당네 장가지 당연히 예 숨세워 살카시시죠. 근데
That is,
내한테 참샤 한테 참샤 심담을 태우도 양 양자 장가죠. 양 장가죠. 지금이 수신 맞죠. 맞죠. 살카시시죠. 양 대세 잠팅딩으로 차거도
mhm.
어디가 대 가가데 양 심르다면 텐도나 델라 타나마 셰셰 양양자 우중 장가 düğünce 살카시시죠. 다 델라 중나 믹데스타나야 고요 당고 아니 제일 고미 야고라고 차는 미 란슈고 춤르고도나 미 나는 베전체 말아 거라 또 디셈디 곰가
Mhm.
당가자야 더 나시지도 그래서
So now beginning to count the cycles of breath, having recognized shorter breaths, we're going to breathe in and out, that's one, and count up to 3 cycles of that, and do that for a few cycles, meaning 2 cycles of 3, then just take a break. If you notice the mind has lots of thought or scattered thinking, then begin to count the cycles again. This time, observing breath in and out, inhalation, exhalation for up to 5 cycles, doing a few of that, and then just resting in mind's peace and quiet. If one cannot stay in that mental quiet and you have lots of discursive thought, then again going back to the cycles, but this time increasing it to cycles of 7. Here for this exercise, we are going to gently open the eyes. But if you find during meditation your eyes closing, because that's your natural state, don't force to open them again. Just rest in your natural state.
뭐야다 장가 자점 샤라 장가 자점 샤제 니 당보 옥대 제 옥란 자예베 옥지 땅제 와츠 땅파다 니 간산제라 옥디베 담에베 토네 니 수고나라가 베 팀베스로 체 대강은 심샤제 디스테나 데비아 고요레
So now, leaving aside counting the cycles of breath, first breathing a little bit more forcefully with sound, and then latterly breathing more quietly with no sound. So as you just observe the breath dissolving in the body, just rest the mind there with very subtle breath.
뭐야 다 저 곰시 겨르다 디트 유네 서서 데테스 갸토는 야고요라 중난이 니마다 와르시죠 디메나 둔다지라 디마시가 딘데jam다 네 투저 약셔도 쇼베르와
Yeah.
니나네다 주베 곰 시자 자마도나나 쇼베 군론디 인지민지 제하고다 드린 내가 생에 지 펜더에 벌레가 수지예면에 지금서 군론디 가제 숙침보 신변게 삼바 자침보 요왔다 군론디 숙침보 요왔다 그러게 릉하게 먼저 잡아줘서 숙침보 요야 요래가 제 깔레마 가야 된대 용하디 페이지 군론라 되는 용요 레스티 캐좀 보시오레스로
That'll. So those are the 4 steps of meditation we've just been through. It is good if one can do this every day, and if not every day, that 4 or 5 times a week. The morning is the best, but if one cannot do all of those 4 steps, at least one should cultivate the correct intention or motivation to those beings around you in terms of cultivating an altruistic attitude, because if one cultivates such thoughts of altruism to others, as vast as one can do, as broad as one can do, then one's actions of body and speech have tremendous potency and power. It also is the case that if you motivate with others in mind, you won't find yourself getting so tired or getting tired so easily. So here, motivation is very important.
다드네 네네 온조 우중 롱종시야도다 개좀으로
Yeah.
뒤윤식생라 도바 근데 강의된 예외 카드를 남상아 강의된 도 뇨라된 도 상로마다면 제 우중대 당수스마셈 러보세요. 근데다 somebody 우중 장가져야 되다. 참바된 버서야 나다. 초트교래. 다 단대 주주들. 하나 미만 거지 참바된 뭐 매우 차고 그래서는 직내니다. 이제 가서 케미컬 제 담은 쇼비도 두두기 레버 라 존시 레버단 시베 레버도 좀 매우 차제네. 참바된 뭐 매우 차고요. 제가 가시님에 근데 자매 담아서 자매디 쉬우는 거더라. 내가 배 하고도 나디 이 야마게 메디 사회다 남산직 데스 이마 숨시 사나 담아도 뭐라지 차로 지기도 돼.
Yeah.
아니 참바 울 당하자 네 참바 템보스야. 저도 요래. 근데 나는 참바 템보스야 탑시 야셔야 돼. 안 심 다다와 가나 샤디 곰 시와들에 와가지고 단다 우 지 우게 이제 우카가라 되든요 지 시바지간 심 타다와 디간 데라 어디 배터리면서 지금 되게 수수 내가 지야래 깨지시야래 갈라사야래 자동야래 점자야래 거의나 디간을 심디 다들 저와 가는 지구요 디간을 심샤도 해야 돼 개침물에 드디어 상황으로 뒤에 매제나를 편도연죠 다 저와 연주 전혀 차대비요 레스로
So now, with those 4 steps, first we talked about motivation, but secondly, when you are aware of breath, then that's good to treat our stress. Sometimes we get troubled, we get anxious. So the breath is the means to relax. And the second method of counting the cycles of breath is, or the third, excuse me, is the best for stability of mind. These days in the world, there's a lot of mental instability. So to pacify that, counting cycles of breath is excellent. Also, the fact that there are a lot of chemicals in the world, and the chemicals can affect the brain, which in turn affects the mind or mental consciousness. We can see this when people take all sorts of medicines. For example, for me, when I take medicine for my sinuses for 3 or 4 days, I notice my mind becomes unclear. So then this third, counting the breath, is good for stable recollection or mindfulness. But then the fourth one, is to place the mind in the present moment. And this is excellent for one's what's called power of mental recall or mindfulness. But that's just the method. But one should have that awareness in every action, whether one is walking, working, playing, any type of action. And if one can do that, that will benefit one greatly in this life.
that 다리 둘다데 양양zo 다제금 곰디 그래서 셈나네 여치고라 당아 가실라니 나 다인스 요라 당아 디 미팅 나 다인스로 아 데모테시야 요라다 베타 디 삼는나라다 미디당에 미제나가 다다나 인사데 가실라 용구도 많잖아 다스야데 요마라 다니데 요마라데 심나네 마가와지로와 마기버선이지 다 용되게 요르다로와 미디니 디야 세버스제로와 다 미디 마기버선이 레샤스터로와 세버스 마가스 요로와 데스 여버스 안딜라 안다디 니마트레닝에 데 참바다 저와게 곰세 유인 다 미디 많이 미인 바치고레스 아니 대화도 동의미도 바치고레스 아니 미디 당아라 메제나라 pen 가지고 토마도 된데 상담으로 근데 상담제 아니 직 셈바데 직 자월래야게 직 미데 펜도게 상로들래나 미데라고네 가그래와 미데 가스나나 아나마도 디 미직라 가 미니라 가스나나 수셈나나 마가베 심데메나 아니 심투야 좀 연시라 미도 알아 그래서 디 셈제 탐제 다가 된데 니에서야 디 된데 가보치고 니자 미 가보치 그때 심지 탐제 수수 왜 드나시 니나시 파마나시 수수 자워데세 유지 소토나 아니 셈나라 디 가마가데 메두 아니 더 치로게 내다 담마르 요나 수수 나한테 투게스 메두 장가나 아니 시와디 심 나네 요야 그래요 제가 달에 미치기 가나 아니 상나 단제 두세 다 제공기 공자데 달에 둔다 되게 다저 상당히 데레스로
This week, it is good if we recognize what is to do in analytical meditation. Because, in the context of this life, we must make a method to not let the mind be kind of upset. And this is analytical meditation. Because it is good to clarify what is loving kindness. So, in the context of everyday life, when we talk about enemy, some people, we can label someone our enemy or our foe, although most of us will not have a direct enemy. We can give it this conventional, give it this term. Let's say then there are people that when we meet them, they make us upset. We don't want to see them. So then you take that person as a reference point and you think this person is an object of one's loving kindness and affection. And this is from 3 points of view. The first one is that we are both human. We're the same in that regard. The second is that both of us want to be happy and do not wish for problems and suffering. And thirdly, how that person has benefited you in the context of this life. And if one is able to think on this third point of how the person has benefited you with regards to your generating kindness and love, and if one can take that person and then extend it to 2 and 3 individuals, then what we come to find is that the mind has no aversion. The aversion in the mind starts to reduce because there's no conditions for the mind to be upset. In this context, when we generate bodhicitta, we say that we invite all beings as our treasured guest, as our kind guest, meaning that we see them all as close, like family, seeing them all as parents, brothers, sisters, loved ones, and so forth. In this context, there can be a lot going on outwardly in terms of quite busy, but inwardly you have inner calm because there is that close feeling, that affection for all beings. Yes.
다 먼저 미망차 페이지 검디 야투 그래. 다이나 리카셰지 냐 공군냠레시라 매버체. 아니 스스 마가세 미디 삼로 다운자가 심람상 투로니 된대요로. 된대 용구를 가시.
Now, most go on.
된대 리 요나로. 된대 리 용구도나. 요나 마시나 곰잡디 스스 마가세 미디 삼로 다운된데 람상 심 투로도나 로. 아니 meeting all pendo khaje che dinde samda yo mar dinde dana ne thuya dur dogro
Yeah.
ta illa sam khardang gore labdi ti lamsan di gyumjen pendo gyumjen samno de madam che dagran sam shaje meeting e ani chamba da jewe yu yin se ani tingma sumla ani shaja da cha sam meeting kan sam madam ani sam shinda kan dana ye gre sro
Now, most of us can probably do the above meditation on taking others as the point of our object of loving kindness with those reasons, 3 reasons. But some of us with less experience might not be familiar with this method. In the case that when you think of that person, it just makes the mind upset. It makes you feel averse to them. You can't meditate. If that's the case, then without going through the reasons of how they've benefited you, just say to oneself, this person is the object of my affection, this person is the object of my loving kindness, and one can say it 3 times, and then just leave it. Just simply do that.
Oh yeah, that the redunda de nzo dosi sta kom janzo sendang anzo changma ge ya re so nganzo changma chanjuk semda ninji majina da komdi gyabje da 다디 야고도 아무네 지나라 탐람 빼 탐람도 자주 무시오라 다 빼, 진럽 첨부 지난 저 다디기 냠랭 주거도서 니 라마 실링 바네 총어레스 인도네시아 진상 저 니 조지 반데 아디샤게 라마 실링 베시 조지 반데 아디샤 펠나 아 벽에 다 조지 반데 아디샤기로 가당 계시듯이 가시 가당 계시 다다 체가 아니 쟁아 언제 나를 담불어서 봤다 가당 계시 망고쇼 두저기 냠렌체 신겨도 막 이기티 아니 티버자마세마 징네징마 냠랭이 주거든 대단다 이 냠렌체 네 스웨션여도 되게 말했어 데 두스마 뭐예 아라이나 로존 시제데 당마 곰발레네 시제다 로숨주 상하지 냐마 타바레시 겨 곰 삼았당 와데 메제나 challenge 라데 연구도 알아. 연구로 봐.
Mm,
이 연구에 가도라 아니 빼야고도 다 딜레스 다고 페이지에 디딜레스 쓰러. 알아.
uh, really.
미 마직 튼중 지어로 안 낭매 따로 디가라 안도다 디 인지 마신디 녀라 망고도 알아.
Yeah.
인지 마신디 비저기 커뮤니케이션 간에 녀라 싫어도 딘데 가둘라 로전디 냠내 제디디 심라 포도 드레스 개민도 비저 그네 산산 하마고니 남에 단 거래 산산 하고니 남에 단 거래 다음에 지고요라고 비저 그네 가르치야 수수 토날에 되는 걸 알아요.
Mm,
미비족 수술 뇌베라시면 수수게 수수 나와 맡아서는 수수 상무단다 만디버스나 된대원에 상무인데 레온디 람상 로정하게 된도 상무 단제 미전나랑은에 단에 팬도 첨부 시우지 말하는 있는이 강의 되어 가둘라 팬도 있는 것도 디자인은 게 전환절라도 대결하자데 이지 체질레레 드링이 맞지부터 질로 만들어서 될레레 아니 데레 당에 삼만남다터네 수수하게 가서래 미제나게 냠용서래다 냠용도 이래 와
mhm.
로숨지성의 냠용 로숨지성의 냠용도 그래 다디
Okay. So this week it is good to reflect on this closeness to others, this, unconditional regard, the loving kindness, because until our great compassion and bodhicitta becomes uncontrived, we have to meditate. And this meditation is a great method with tremendous blessings. It is coming from a long line of masters, from Seralingpa to Atisha, the master who brought this lineage to Tibet, and then down through the Tibetan masters, the Kadampa masters, such as Isichekawa, Chengawa, Langri Tampar, and so forth. And it was then written down. Originally, it was just an oral tradition or a practice lineage. But not only is it written, but it is a continual stream that needs to be experienced. It's not something that I made up. It is something that has a continual stream. And I have been reciting these verses of pacifying the mind training, every day for like 35 years, so that when life's challenges come, then one can think, now's the time to practice. And it's true, isn't it? In English, we would say we get problems a lot. We get problems with miscommunications, a tendency to be looked down upon or to look down on others. And these are coming out of a state of unawareness or ignorance. And even though people might not be harming one directly, but you can still think all kinds of things about them. So therefore, this stresses the importance of mind training. And what I'm saying is this has been very useful in the context of my life. And you've put aside your time to come here and shown interest in this class. So if one, the fact that it's benefited me for all these years, I also encourage you to practice. It will benefit you too.
Oh yeah, two is two question. Serena question. Yes. Yeah, you have, other people have question. You are really thinking. Okay. It's okay. Yeah.
My question after meditation a little bit different. So we practice loving kindness and Geshe and Lamazopa say that we will do one by one. But I found nowadays the surrounding one by one with the neutral, we don't see them open. because sometimes like this gathering, we might see them and the next time we might don't see them. And when
Mhm.
we, this loving kindness, we meditate, but you have the idea, you have the thinking of you might not see them again anymore in life.
Alain.
Yeah, so in this case, do, when we meditate like that, is that enough? Or because meditate is like an aspiration, loving kindness, but when getting stronger, you kind of like move, you feel like, how are they doing? You want to feel, you want to know they are okay. That kind
But
of
you
like-
only see, but you only see them one time. But you only
Yeah,
see them one
or
time.
if
Yeah.
you don't know, next time if you will see them, then the action never really taken. So it's more remain in aspiration. As same like last week, Mark asked about this aspiration and the responsibility or action. So
Mhm.
so many people, you might only see once, so in this case, so how you see your practice.
Okay, so the question is around practicing loving kindness and taking as a reference point, one person by one. But oftentimes it's the case that we interact with people and they're kind of neutral to us because we might see them just once and not see them again in the context of this life. So in that sense, is this meditation not like an aspiration? Because, one wants to feel concern for them and feel like, are they doing okay? But if you see them just the one time, how does that work in the context of aspiration and then stabilizing that with responsibility? Is that your question? Kishla, because 이용기 잠바 검제 백합라 먼저 망쳐 미디 셈신기 펜전 저와 제도 페네팅 망쳐라 바르마기 셈신된 저와야 페나 미치라 칭칙 동 되는 연결 막 통부체
네.
세디는 디 망버로 하는 디콜라는 저 이용기 잠바세디 mersim dropper mersim aspiration 영면은 둠바 dropper 와데 그래서 논이 전에 서로와 슉 전부 연하되는 컨저 간데도 제라 컨저 간데도도 이내 안건서 팅칙 맞도 통두고 말와 디콜라 메백이 강라 스스 랭겐 dropper식 슉 전부 당 누바 야 페어제라와디 심신 탐식을 망쳐 심신 미세디 낭 팅칙 맞도 비지 통두고 말와데 토르 dropper식
네.
성상 잠바 이용기 잠바 세디 멤베셈으로 둠베셈 aspirations.
알레 데디로 이원 참바 디 대진이 샤브로 자주sem라 멤버셈기 자주셈 멤버셈기 조거셈기 니여와
Yeah.
그 멤버셈기 세디 베나가 베샤비나로 한조 베샤브로 베로 베 셈기들 니샤브로 찍디 아니 펜바다니 제 자와롱어 중요지 대진이여와 제가 페나 베차샤나 먼저 오글랜드야 도기나로 아래 오글랜드 도기이세 도 데베 심지어로 아래 이 멤버 심지어로 딜레다 디 이원 참바시티 요적으로 와데 멤버 심지들 요적으로 나 오글랜드 도기이세다 펜바다로 다 펜바다세 제스 도기 랍데니 레릭레 마르와 아래 당부 도기인세 상마다나야 도구마르와 당부가 오글랜드 이스 당아다 주주딘데질 도기인세 아니 남주디가 디뉴어와 디네 디네 모데나라 마도 남단라도 아니 남단에 남디나도 남디나네 피르네 오는 리그라다
그래요.
뭐스 돈이들와 제가 이 전주기 쌤들라 저번에 자원모 심베 니 자와 진이디 아니 짐바다 수dum서야 소고고야 셴나 펜도치야 디제디 아니 오글랜드 도나 시데야 야 오글랜드 도나 시데라고 제가 이 샘기제 가가 되대 말어 샘기산에 자월을 주고 내가 저거 내가 지고 내가 가지고 짐바다야 주름선에 소요권 밀을 팬도치 뭐 디제디 집에 내가라 아니 용원 참바디 님도라 아니 자와들래 용디 용원 참바님도 자와디 유디 자와디 숙청부 쉬우차고 내가 들어 내가 숙청부 쉬우차고 제가 전주쌤 계르스디 쌤 계제 아니 육샤오로드네 말하고 무엇을 배 자와라 주부에 시스템직다 나디 네 책디 참고지 준준은 도와도단 도와 이사들어 이게 세샤다 먼저 온라인은 도와 되었습니다 멤버 쌤기 근데 무엇을 전이데 주부 쌤기 그래서 쌤기를 대전이 샤오레스 직쌤 계제 지긴 쌤지 된 지긴 쌤지 직 무엇을 배 진예직 어디요레스 도시 여쳐오레스 드디어레스
Daril, and me mangbolang an zu ting chik mato tong tu gumarwa de mitse tina.
데데 민고에서 마토나네 제메스스 랑고 살람 똑바 통보 차나 아니
Los tuche.
저절로 최시하게 강 최도를 변한 산재 좀 된데게 아니 누베최 송진이는 두면이 자서 변한 디시충고 아니 자국 뭐를 디시충고 순데 대단 퇴념도 뒤도 지고 직장라 저저 베리를 쓴 거야. 대단 뒤도 지고 직장라 한해를 쉬었은 거예요. 그런 게 두배 되더라. 그다음에 뭐 샘지 된 지기 이제 편바도 땅 내가 쟤는 똑바 통보레디 아니 미망고 패도 지야데 샘지의 카트에지요.
Okay. Okay, so now with this loving kindness in terms of its aspirational, when one generates the uncontrived thought of bodhicitta or sets out to, there are two levels to this. There's the aspirational level in terms of intention, and then there's when you actually engage in the practice of bodhicitta. So aspiring bodhicitta and entering into it or engaging in it. This is similar to the thought to go to Auckland. First you had the thought to go there. It's like the aspiration. But if you just keep saying, I'm going to go to Auckland, but you don't actually go, then there's no engagement. So initially there's the aspiration to go, and then you buy the ticket, you get on the plane, you actually enter into that action of going and arrive there. So bodhicitta is like that. When one's attitude is conjoined with bodhicitta, the thought to bring all beings to Buddhahood, then whatever one does, generosity, patience, the thought to benefit them, this is like the second of these two types of loving kindness or bodhicitta when it moves from aspirational to engaging. You're actually going to Auckland. Generating a vast mind of altruism does not mean staying quiet, not at all, but because you have generated loving kindness as your intention or aspiration, then one's actions when you actually engage with others have tremendous power. They are very vast. And the quote from Shantideva is, the wish, developing the wish to enter on the path and actually engaging in it are the two types of aspiration, aspirational and engaging. So with regards to the question of only meeting beings, for example, once in one's life, no problem there, because when you get to a level of high insight, then the fact that you have met them, there'll be a connection. For example, Shakyamuni Buddha, when he taught the Heart Sutra in Rajgir in India, was simultaneously teaching Tantra in another part of India, according to the dispositions of the beings that need to be subdued. So if your beneficial intention is vast and you reach that level of high insight, then you're not separate from benefiting any sentient being, all sentient beings.
아와도 창조의 심 줄을 제사도 아니 심지 신근데 류롱주 계서 짐바다라 심대요 말아 다당은 저 짐바다를 갈래도
Not only that, but when you generate uncontrived bodhicitta, one can dedicate all of one's wealth, enjoyments, and roots of virtue to others. For us, we even struggle to be kind and generous, don't we?
먼저 장주심 친이상 제사들 미지기 저랑게 짐바 당라서 다 코상 심나는 가와지고로 미 콘도라니지레도 데 콘도 사주샤제 베닝지게 서버 꾸미야 베 단도 딜랑에 제와 가르치고도 딜랑에 편도 가르치고도 대상당을 메시 미팅 안 내서 나 프로젝트 지기 나디 나도 보다 렌샤기 데서 제 지금 알지 베데 수술로 당네 바로 베 된다 지고요 그래서 그래서 chanchu ki sem ta je choba la ngo se jo yong di de yong go jo ma jo ko sem phemba tang go ro wa de chanchu sem de zen wa de o de se shin go res ro
Now, if we cultivate the awakening thought, the bodhicitta, in an unfabricated way, just hearing that, someone needs your help or the wish to give, there's such joy in the mind. And if someone is appearing as irritating, that becomes an object of your compassion. Instead of being irritated, your first thought is, how can I help this person? Even though there's no thought of like, oh, he harmed me or so-and-so harmed me, I need protection from them. Those thoughts of border don't even come in the mind because one has already dedicated one's body wealth and enjoyments to others. So that's the actual bodhicitta. But before we get to that actual level, we have to contrive it. We have to aspire to it. Yes.
chanchu sem le na lodap chimbo shu ji mi logo chimbo shu cha ro go
Basically, we're saying when you get uncontrived bodhicitta, you're courageous. You're very courageous.
oh yeah that 감동아 되어 있으신다
Any other questions? 5 minutes more.
yeah
Just appreciate, Geshe, if you don't mind summarizing the 4 different parts of the meditation.
okay
I think Geshe understood that. Geshe
봄자지라 톤디 시켜서 보라
gomshi gorumshi di yangir robsu jobsikshu gorumshi.
그래 먼저 다 지난시는 곰가자래서 되는 거죠 곰가자래서 아니 베이직 디 시체로 아니 디간라 다 눈다디 믹스에게 곰직 제 아니 곰돔베 마자요래서
Well, actually, we've done 5. There are 4 that are basic, and then there's 1 homework for this week. Make 5.
당고디 굴론제 들어와 신랑 편도치기 예스로 다 편도치 전환도 가시 닌자 나나라 부구다데게 밀 편도치도 문도 말 내가 민도 근데 튕겨 말을 부구다야 될 내가 개차지요 말이야 부구디 니 수수셈 담보스스 부구다디 수수셈바도 말 흘러제 부구라지 지 다도 집에 가도 수수 말 흘러지 요에 따위는 그게 왜 아마도 바와디 배 흘러지도 메지들 흘러지 삼바 상보지 돈에 개고 있어서 나라래 펜도 지하지 수수 부구직내 고수네 지하디 펜배 군론 펜배로 신비 군론 제제 아니 밀 펜도 지하를 내려와요 말게 라사다 당고스에서 흘러셔고라 수수지 내주 담아들 셈 마지바당 감다당 도과된데 여기 가들라 안 디셈바 말 흘렀어요. 아니 롱종 비딩 엑서사이즈 해지마 데 흘렀어요. 아래 흘렀어요. 아니 데네다 흘렀어요. 잠랑 아주 셈디 빼트 누가 털데. 셈 누가 털데 지수로 로사라. 아니 우중 곰 당하게 해야 되죠. 다 누가 털네 다다외 가는 셈 다다외 시바데 시바데다 다다외 가는 샤야 들어와 다다외 가는 단딩은 곰 흘려 셈말 흘려 되가 샤라 다 수수 내가 시야 봐. 수수 부부다도 지금 있는 나는 칼라 쓰고 있나래. 나 장마 쓰고 있나래. 도서 상마 지 전화서 망고지다 나는 부부제 나는 부부다도 제 나는 대고 여러 아니 전 믹스에 전 저를 뒤처럼 부부 여러 아니 부 지금 나도 장마에 옷을 부지 가서 그래 지금 거육 장마지만 대야 kum시제 부부 통연 뒤에 지금 나 장마지다 내 파마디 지금 삼바 시바지다 신변다 근데 지도 삼다데 근데 침선 쌤이 침선 걸어놨는데 대는 다다와 가는 대지나 디 곰시디 메제나나 침선 지금 나는 되어도 다 곰나와디 제곰 또 장주기 쌤이 예다야 돼 수수 중국에서 수수 예능이 밀라 쌤나라 지금 마지막에 지 미지기 내가 제바다 미지기 지라 수수 뭐슈 교수네 내가 제바지 쌤 내주 도자지 큰 마지막 차고라 도자 콘 미나리 지도이나 데이터라야 아니 간데스디 연댕 철파 줄구도로 쟁에 람디키와 나자 람디키와 네 컨트롤 람디키와 하던데 로좀 땅다 제랑 가서 갈래갈래 되는 거래 들어와 두수 상마 전주 선배 상마 쟁에 상마 전주 람디키고 그래 어디 공가디 대신 어떤 데스리 공 타마들 제공서 그래 베미시 누가 챔버래 들어와
The first of those steps of meditation is the thought to help others. And, you know, if you're a parent and you have to look after children, there's no work that's more important than that. So if you are relaxed, then that will really help that, because then the child will feel, oh, my parents are pretty relaxed and kind, so therefore I feel safe in this life will go well. But cultivating the altruistic mind is not easy. The motivation is not easy. But the first point is that if you yourself can be more relaxed and have less distractions or discursive thought, then that's the first point in terms of your motivation of others' welfare. And then secondly, to release the stress, be aware of breath recognition. And then that brings us to our third technique, which was, most of us, our minds are very scattered. And when our minds are scattered, we don't have potency of mind. So to stabilize mind, we count cycles of breath. And then finally, over and above that, to remain in the present moment, so that you're relaxed in whatever you do, whether you're working, looking after the children, cooking food, then it's done with awareness in the present moment. So then the family or the children appreciate that the place is good and clean, the environment is good. So you can benefit others in this way. So that fourth one of being in the present moment stays with that mindfulness. And then the fifth one is, in the context of the coming week, we want to try and increase our bodhicitta, our thought for others' welfare. So that if you experience difficulties in your immediate surrounds, whether it be, caused from beings harming you, whatever, you try to see those beings' good qualities, not focus on the negative ones. And then what happens then is the negative conditions that appear actually are a support for you. So this is called turning negativities into the path. And in this sense, the bodhisattva, they take whatever negative conditions they come across as a means to support their practice. And if we can do that to the best of our ability, that's very important. Yes.
yeah, that to do Sindoa, ne, young and the Chivachik doa, ne, Chananza doa, 로건이 된대요나 아니 로션디고 인터넷 주어디 당시나로.
Okay, so there's one question remaining. If we'll take that, but those that need to go, you can go if you have to.
It's not that important. It's just because you had time, but I had two and I didn't know, two short ones, and I didn't know which to ask. But maybe I'll ask both and you can see which one you want to
Yeah,
reply
yeah.
to. One is last week you mentioned, and I wanted to check if I understood it correctly, that if we don't like someone, we look at something good they did and like a business deal, give back to them. And I noticed my mind was uncomfortable with that because it's like a business deal, whereas it seems like you give expecting nothing back in return. So I wondered if that was a tool simply to focus on the good of others and not just mentally, but putting into behavior that act of looking at the good in others. Is that correct? Is that a correct understanding? Or was there more to that practice? Because I don't like that business deal aspect. And today you mentioned you give expecting nothing in return, etc.
칼랍스
I guess-
생각하시고.
Yeah, it's okay. So gisla dunta jama di dunta jama nganzo mi magasa di tu tene kasa shimping gilo la ro japsa mebe gi kudu paripu susu rang la kasa lenje bekap la ta song nangshin nganzo kepsang ragarwa pena paripu di semgi nang la tawa semgi tawa mental attitude di tartarwe te pena tering gisla di kulong yu bekap la susu kulong che di kaza tutu ki sempengi lo di semshen na basik pingares susu kula pingi yone mena di kego marwa di rebe sa kong
당나 리베스 오래.
ya di tangarang bes
디 당나 리와.
ya song jaya nang shin kepsang ragarwa
다디 가나서 총기 계절하고 쉐위네. 문에서는 캡산 쉬우지 여러 분들 가서는 먼저 단당에 밀 펜더 바시체 레와치에 되게 나 주메우스도 대체능에 레와메우스 인스게요 말아. 나 주메 게 미신다 마지우스도 지능에 미신다 주마서 체도 나라 주메우스 소면세 대체도 게 나라게 자와디 나라 마지우스요나 베나처럼 낭질처럼 아마레 마지우요나 남미상 마지우 체그라와 그다음에 콘솔라 펜도체 펜도체와디 레와지 파 펜도체와디 추이 레와체 레와디 메나 아니 마세마 투 마지우차 마 마지우차는 남미세상 마지우체그라와 지상에 남미상 마지우 마차치디 마 마지우차가면서 두스 상노단제 안다수수 동해게 용야게 무엇을 동해 용하다 동해용에 유디게 참마 까고래 랑의 동해 용화 신의 동해 용에 규상마 까게 여러 때 단단하서 먼저 동해 망고 쉬우지 심게 동해 망고 쉬우지 상노단단한테 서고래디 레와디가 서고도 와서 거기 제가 디다다 상노단단디 독 상단게 여러 단 남배게 흉게 상단
that's
세부차서
so yes I would do. So whether one thinks of it in terms of the business example or not, what is talked about is the profit, because it turn in terms of thought and action. So first your thought is to help, but in terms of dependent arising, one understands that one is well intended to others so that you don't get the result of if you harm them, then everyone is upset. So for example, if you hurt your mother, then she's upset and that upsets all the family. So there's kind of like a direct and an indirect kind of result. So the thought first comes to benefit others, and when you actually act, that has an effect of not harming them so no one gets upset. You know, a lot of the times we experience suffering in our life is because of our mental attitude. So that's what we're talking about. Yes.
배우자면.
And
Is it
maybe
clear?
second,
Yeah.
like you get more comic effect if you put it into action, kind of.
Yeah.
kind of
Kisla
thing. Bang
the
for buck. in terms of-
yeah. Sem shuk chair, you know, drebu shuk chair on the red
Oh,
tumberwa.
tir.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
If I can, the second question was, in your training of developing metta, loving kindness, did you come across other methods, such as perhaps radiating loving kindness over the entire world, like the Metta Sutta, or is it specifically one by one people you know? And perhaps if you have another method, will you go over it next week? Maybe there's, I was just wondering if this is it, like if this one person by one person, is it? Or if there's others, like radiating without anybody in mind, like above, below, all around.
Kisla yongi jamba sem jongbe kapla kirang tabsi mijawa nyam yongi besa. Pena simshin tamjegi idong with nangsim pat kyap che jabishirwa. Yang mena tangbo paripu chikla mikpeche dijela ni somshi kirang tering sunga nangsim gurum nangsim dograbaya. Yang mena tabsi mijawa meta se di jampa se di tabsi mijawa kasi due.
Yuri.
Te yena dunta juma di titugi bes.
Can you best?
Next week, are you coming?
Yeah, 답시 빼면 왜요? 답시 내가 망고요래. 단단해서 미직 삼다서 야 왜요 삼다요래. 우중원 되는 삼다요래. 아무데 동반일 되는 삼다요래. 미다고 되는 삼다요래. 삼lep에 망고다요래. 저랑서 곰자드는 답시 셰라 저야 메스다.
Yeah, there are so many methods for cultivating loving kindness towards others. One can take one person as a reference point. One can do it with the breath. One can do it focused on the lack of intrinsic nature, emptiness. One can do it with impermanence. I have many methods to share. Do you have time? Do you want to? Okay, so samshaya.
저 드링 건다 많이 가라발라 아니야 니 구글라버달라 아니 드링게 수수 류가게다 눈류 가르쳐도 봐주셔치 타고치 선이 미진님의 dom심체 다데 dom심체 제도에는 수수의 자원연바죠 니가 찍찍데 아니 그 동네 지게 전 루시아에 따라서는데 내 수수 내가 야고체는 가오곰 니 하고도 수수 예행 미두들 내가 채워도 가오곰 Sani dile mame lega gewa yagu chigi in samtang ani gewa sawadi ngo mela yagu che tana ngaranzu gewa sawadi ngo mela yagu che bosro.
So now, before sleep tonight, if one's actions of body and speech have been mistaken, one resolves not to do it again. So one is actually working with changing non-virtue into reduction and then virtuous. If one's actions have been good, interacting with others, helping them, then dedicating that to enlightenment.
Oyata 저 gewadi zambulin shidi waya dang hawadu dang kesi shodi chapsik bada zoge dang ani mi zambulin na gyuchu bada zoge semna la chamba dang tsawai gugudu teyo na zambulin shidi waya teje mena chapsik bombodo zo dang benjo mi gyuchu bada yoro bilin tilini yadinde yoro
Mhm.
be chubu to zo konzu semla chamba zewa mena zambuling be thola dang do asro konzu thola dang do besha ge chede zambuling thola dang ge le thola dang de mo mi changma dung yong wo le mi jigo ma le thundu ge dung yong wo le 진짜 근데 많이 뭐야 지금 konzu ge le ani chanju ge sim 영원 참바지 깨워쇼 스타 심제 탐제 주네 영원 참바 깨워쇼 스면한 변화 아니 나서 내가 그 디지 네 루고를 다도 디지 상마 디네 두비 모레스로
So dedicating all our positive energy here to the world peace, particularly in the minds of the political leaders and those people that are rich. You know, we need those beings, those leaders to generate love and kindness for world peace to come to be. You know, there are a lot of billionaires, wealthy people, and you know, if they don't generate concern for others, this kind of loving kindness and affection, a lot of the things in the world just go to waste. There's a lot of wastage of resources and so forth. And then we suffer as humans, but also animals suffer. So may the bodhicitta, the uncontrived thought for others, be generated in their minds and in the minds of all living beings, because this is the source of temporal and ultimate well-being in the world. Yes.
어데 네 마치 된치나 좀만 야고 잡혀서로
Yeah, I'll recite the verses. Please pray likewise with me.
겨디 뉴데다 라마 산제 두지 장레오디 살라고라쇼 선한디 던제시 바이 공방도지 kin유다데 가다나나 지벨라나 시베솔레도 도라쇼 전주 순저는 뭐지 많이 받는
제반남 체제지, 제반남 범매봐요.
오늘건데 배워라쇼 수지지 오정과에 주제나가 배워다 이게 참마시고 tunje malu zang sho.
Shows.
Thank you.
Thank you, Geshe-la. Thank you, everyone. See you.
Thank you, Matt.
Okay. See you Monday.
Yeah.